So you had complaints from one programmer who said you guys are basically stealing people's stuff and not paying them, and then he wound up murdered. What was that?
Also a great tragedy. He committed suicide.
Do you think he committed suicide?
I really do.
Have you looked?
This was like a friend of mine. This is like a guy that, and not a close friend, but this is someone that worked at OpenAI for a very long time. I was really shaken by this tragedy. I spent a lot of time trying to, read everything I could, as I'm sure you and others did too, about what happened. It looks like a suicide to me.
Why does it look like a suicide?
It was a gun he had purchased. It was this is like gruesome to talk about, but I read the whole medical record. Does it not look like one to you?
No, he was definitely murdered, I think. There were signs of a struggle, of course. The surveillance camera, the wires had been cut. He had just ordered takeout food, come back from a vacation with his friends on Catalina Island. No indication at all that he was suicidal, no note, and no behavior. He had just spoken to a family member on the phone. And then he's found dead with blood in multiple rooms. So that's impossible. Seems really obvious he was murdered. Have you talked to the authorities about it?
I have not talked to the authorities about it.
And his mother claims he was murdered on your orders.
Do you believe that?
I'm asking.
I mean, you just said it. So do you believe that?
I think that it is worth looking into. And if a guy comes out and accuses your company of committing crimes, I have no idea if that's true or not, of course, and then is found killed and there are signs of a struggle, I don't think it's worth dismissing it. I don't think we should say, well, he killed himself when there's no evidence that the guy was depressed at all. I think, and if he was your friend, I would think you would want to speak to his mom or...
I did offer. She didn't want to.
All right. First off, I'm really just using that as a premise. No sports, no politics. If you guys want to look up the full interview, you totally can. Seems, though, Othman, to me, a bit sociopathic in his responses, right?
Yeah. I mean, or it's just lawyer speak, where he's been asked about this and trained on how to respond and all that stuff.
True. Like a lot of media training. He is the CEO of possibly in the future the biggest company on planet Earth.
Yeah. 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm listening.
Okay.
So do you feel that, when people look at that and they're like, it's possible that happened, do you feel that that reflects the worries they have about what's happening here? Like people are afraid that this is like...
I haven't done too many interviews where I've been accused of like...
Oh, I'm not accusing you at all. I'm just saying his mother says that. I don't think a fair read of the evidence suggests suicide at all. I just don't see that at all. And I also don't understand why the authorities, when there's signs of a struggle and blood in 2 rooms on a suicide, like how does that actually happen? I don't understand how the authorities could just kind of dismiss that as a suicide. I think it's weird.
You understand how this sounds like an accusation?
Of course. And I certainly, let me just be clear once again, not accusing you of any wrongdoing, but I think it's worth finding out what happened. And I don't understand why the city of San Francisco has refused to investigate it beyond just calling it a suicide.
I think they looked into it a couple of times, more than once, as I understand it. I saw and I will totally say, when I first heard about this, it sounded very suspicious to me.
Yes.
And I know you had been involved in...
Well, his mother
you were
reached
asked to
out
look into the case.
And I don't know anything about it. It's not my world.
She just reached out cold?
She reached out cold.
Wow.
And I spoke to her at great length, and it scared the crap out of me. The kid was clearly killed by somebody. That was my conclusion, objectively, with no skin in the game.
And you, after reading the latest report?
Yes. I immediately called a member of Congress.
All right. So the point is not to play the entirety of that interview, but it is to call into question this lawsuit, Othman. Now, we've talked a couple of times in the last couple of weeks about how there's trillions of dollars tied up in OpenAI and all of these AI companies. It's essentially grinding the entire economy to a halt. That coupled with a couple of other things like, the government being shut down and Doge and all this and that, yada, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you seen this accusation against Sam Altman, the guy you just heard in that interview?
Oh, you froze up.
Hang on. That Sam Altman apparently, allegedly, the biggest allegedly of all time, because I can't fight a trillionaire.
Yeah, you couldn't fight the local Circle K.
I can't even fight my fucking vagina, and we're in the same house.
Can you imagine if ChatGPT was going after you, dude?
Now, his own sister, younger sister, alleges, and this lawsuit dropped back in January, so this is months and months and months ago, alleges that Sam Altman sexually abused her throughout her childhood, starting from the age of 3 when he was 12.
Oh, hell no.
According to the lawsuit, she says these memories were repressed until 2020 when she went no contact with her family. She goes on to make a bunch of other allegations, saying that he continued this wholly inappropriate act until he was like in his mid 20s and she was like 17. Are you swayed at all by the idea that this Sam Altman guy, who again is the CEO of possibly the biggest company in the history of the world, might be a little bit fucking shady?
I mean, I think you got to be some level of, you have to have some sort of element of shadiness in you to reach these heights of business and entrepreneurship or whatever.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
You know, you gotta fuck over a good number of people on the way up to get to this level.
Let me counter with this. Do you think that includes between allegedly 1997, 1999,
Oh, for sure, allegedly.
that Sam's acts of sexual abuse progressed from touching his penis and performing oral penetration on him several times a week to quote unquote digital penetration of her vagina and anus? Do you think it
Ew.
includes that?
Honestly, I'm surprised this dude's not like gay or asexual.
Oh, it's been that. You're a feminist, dude. We don't do that on
I
this
know,
show.
it's just, I feel like as someone hyper focused on getting a company to where it's at, you don't really have time to, swoon and goon and holler at chicks and shit like that.
I,
But
I wouldn't call sexually assaulting a young girl gooning, Oathman, but that's just me. I'm a feminist.
what's the street term for doing that?
I would call it
Swooning?
rape,
Oh,
sexual
Jesus
assault.
Christ. Come on, this is a family friendly show. Uh, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised by any of this, dude.
Annie alleges that starting in 99 and 2020 or 1999 and 2000, Sam would regularly penetrate her with his penis, both vaginally and anally. That these acts of rape, sexual assault, sexual abuse, molestation, sodomy, and battery would continue for the next 8 to 9 years up until Sam was an adult.
Is this his sister?
It is his sister, yes.
Is she Asian?
No.
All right. I'm surprised because I feel like most of these, these tech wizards in Silicon Valley, they have exclusively Asian wives, or
Well,
yeah, that's weird. Is it his full sister? Like, not
yep.
a, that's a bad bit. It's kind of a bad bit.
He's got multiple siblings, but this is like his youngest sister, I believe.
No, I
Now,
don't want to. Go ahead.
no, please.
No, I don't want to victim blame or anything, victim shame, but it's just it's interesting how like these allegations don't come out until they're rich and famous.
Okay,
That's all
that's
I'm saying.
that's one take. Certainly, I happen to disagree with that, but that's
Although I would say, like, if I were, if I had deep trauma from somebody and I saw them living a very successful, lavish life, I'd be like, nah, fuck that. I'm not letting them get away with with this shit without, letting this part of the story be known. So I guess I see both sides.
okay. All right. Well, now that you've heard all of that, Oathman, I want to play for you a submission from Sam Altman's sister, and then tell me if you still feel the same way afterwards. Okay.
All right.
2,000 miles seems pretty far, but you've got Paul, Peter, and 18 cars. You sent Max to live here when you had no other way. You taught Jack to make fun of me, you paid them off. Now I can see, made my life Truman Show your fucking game. Hey Sam, I can promise you that by the time that I am through, you'll hear Dad's voice in your head all the same. No one's to blame. Hey sad, scared tech bros, time to be good and help humans. Just a few more years and the planet herself, she will probably boot us, it's the truth. You know it's all because of you. You can't do whatever you want to. Truth comes out somehow, here's to you, praying for you.
All right, Oathman, would you like to revise your take?
That's his sister?
Yep. That's the one that's making the accusation.
Bro. Free my nigga Sam Altman. He didn't do shit. This bitch is crazy. Dude, she is a lunatic. First of all, why does she have that crazy ass Jack Nicholson Joker lipstick on her face? Secondly, what's going on with her hair? Third, did you see what she was doing with her fingers when she was singing?
How about her eyes? How about, did you look
Oh,
at those
yeah.
fucking crazy eyes the entire time? The way that she'll open them like a raccoon and stare into the camera at certain points?
Bro, you know what I think happened? They probably were hooking up. It was a mutual thing. They're both interested, which is weird, but whatever.
Okay.
And now that he's rich and famous, she's like, fuck you fucking betrayed me. I'm crazy. Nah, free Sam Altman, dog.
I mean,
Justice one time for Chat GPT.
it's one thing to take the time to write those lyrics, sing them into a camera, and then put it on the internet. But then to set it to the background music of Plain White Tees, what the? This chick might be like the craziest person on the planet. if Sam Altman, you guys heard the interview, he sounds fucking nuts to me. He sounds like the type of guy that might be crazy enough to manipulate an entire country's economy or world's economy.
Mm.
I think he might have his match with his sister.
Oh, she's gonna take him down. Yeah.
Can you imagine if you've got this girl in your set? Like, for years, I've talked about my issues with my vagina.
Mm.
You know, they're everybody's well aware. But she's not this crazy.
Oh no, dude. You know what the saddest part of this to me, honestly, when I first saw it, I was like, damn, dude. Her brother is Sam Altman, and she's using a Yeti snowball mic. It's like $100, dude. She can't even get a she can't even get a better microphone than that. Bro. Y- Sometimes I think about this, like if I ever got to a point where people cared if I, lived or died, there's definitely some crazy ass chicks that would come out of the woodwork and be like, "Hey, assault," you know what I mean? Not that, not. Wait. I'm not a violent person. I'm not trying to say that. Wait. That's not what I mean. I'm just saying there are some girls I've gotten with in the past who are like not the most mentally stable, who would
I can't, dude, I'm so glad I got my own board with my own drops now.
you guys know what I mean. I'm a feminist. You know what I mean?
Guys, sometimes we spit the words out of our mouths and they just don't come out right, you know?
Yeah.
I was thinking about this the other day. You know Luke Coma?
That's awesome.
I mean, look at her eyes. Watch this clip one more time, dude.
Now I can see me in my life, Truman Show, your fucking game.
Like, I can see myself hooking up with her, you know?
Dude, that chick is fucking nuts, bro.
Look at those crazy ass earrings she has
You
on.
think she's
Like,
shooting her own Panic at the Disco music video
did she put this out on her like Instagram or Twitter or something?
everywhere?
I'm fucking crazy, but yeah, dude, it's fucking nuts, dude. She looks kind of like Ilana Glazer. You know her?